Hi everyone. Sorry, I think we're having a bit of technical issues in the background there. I'm just going to share some slides. Good afternoon. Let us know in the chat where you're joining us from while I do that. I've got some locals and not so locals. Brizzy, Tamworth, Richmond, Victoria. Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. Just give it 30 more seconds and we'll dive straight in. Alrighty. So welcome back to the 2024 Australian CFO Summit. We've been powering through our sessions today and we're almost at the end. My name is Shauna. I'm one of the CFO community leaders and one of the marketing team members at Wheel. For those that don't know, Wheel are the team behind this event. And we couldn't put on today without the army of other people helping behind the scenes. So I wanted to give a big shout out to the other sponsors, our media partner, CFO Mag, Visa, Fathom, Translucent, Mayday, and Trace for making today possible. Now, if you've been with us all day, this might be getting tiresome, but just a quick reminder that this session will run for 45 minutes. And you can ask any questions throughout using the chat or the Q&A function. We'll try and get to them as we go. Otherwise, we've got some dedicated time at the end. Okay, so I'm now going to hand over to the wonderful Heather Smith. Heather is a chartered accountant, a certified bookkeeper, and BAS agent. She's run a management accounting business for close to 2 decades. She specializes in navigating the business app ecosystem and produces the Accounting Apps newsletter and hosts the Accounting Apps podcast. What a mouthful. You're a very busy woman. Welcome, Heather, to this Australian CFO Summit.
Thank you so much, Shauna, for welcoming and letting me be part of this. Now, I think I need to take control. Let me see if I can get my screen happening. Hopefully,
Yay.
you can see a little robot going, let's chat GPT. Can everyone see that?
Do it.
Fantastic. Okay, now I've lost my chat. Excellent. Okay. So as Shauna mentioned, my name is Heather Smith. I encourage you to connect with me and she pretty much told you everything that you need to know about me. So let's get moving. Today, what I'm going to cover are the basics of using ChatGPT, how to craft effective ChatGPT prompts, 10 plus, I'm going to give you lots of ways of how to actually use ChatGPT, limitations, security, data, ethics concerns, future focused skills that you should be aware of and embrace, and the opportunities and challenges out there. And if we get time, Q&A. I encourage you to both watch this session, but it will be available for a recording afterwards because I'm going to cover a lot of information, a lot of practical steps, and I really want to pack as much in as possible. What is artificial intelligence? So I first wanted to touch on this because everyone seems to think well, not everyone, a few people seem to think artificial intelligence came around in the last year or so. No, not the case. 1950, Alan Turing published his work, Computer Machinery and Intelligence, which eventually became the Turing test, which experts use to measure computer intelligence. This is where the term artificial intelligence was coined and came into popular use. So 1950, it's been around. What is artificial intelligence? Well, the definition evolves every 6 months or so, but currently the definition that a lot of people are going with is that it is data and it's algorithms. And as accountants, we love data. We've got lots of access to lots of different sets of data. We also understand algorithms. And so it's sort of overlaying algorithms on data. Okay. So I love to sort of break it down into that simple understanding of what it actually is. So the buzzword is ChatGPT. What is it? It is a large language model, LLM, based chatbot developed by OpenAI, whose CEO is Sam Altman. It was launched November 30th, 2022. It enables users to refine and steer a conversation towards a desired outcome, length, style, details, language used, etc. Okay. And I'm going to grab my screen, see if I can do this. You'll scoot across, and I'm going to come here into ChatGPT so you can see that. How does that look? Tell me in the chat area if that looks okay and you can see ChatGPT. Can someone tell me whether you can see that or not? Hopefully you can. So we're looking at ChatGPT. Yes, fabulous. And I am going to put into here what is known as a prompt. Okay. Oh. Explain to me, like I'm 5 years old, what the G and the P and the T mean in ChatGPT. So what I'm doing here is explaining, giving you pulling out what the GPT means. Generative pre-trained transformer. Also look at how I use that prompt. I said explain like I'm a 5-year-old. Hopefully you can read that screen and you can see what it has said there. It says the G stands for, this means a robot can create new things like stories, answers to questions, just how you like to draw new pictures. It's like I'm talking to a 5-year-old, completely fine. But I want to show you now, I am just going to slightly change this prompt and this time explain it to me like I'm a 15-year-old. Many times that's kind of the level that we would go to in sort of simplified English language. And here, G, generative. This means that ChatGPT can create or generate text. Doesn't just repeat things it's seen before, but can come up with new sentences and ideas based on what it's learned, okay? So I'm highlighting sort of those different nuances in the prompts to get different definitions there. So there's a few key things that I really want you to know. ChatGPT is a tool of AI. It is not AI. It's a tool. It's sort of a subset of AI, okay? It's also not a search engine. Not a search engine, not a search engine. Yes, you can go and find things on it, but it's not a search engine. Now, to pull back into very, very simplified terms of what it is, okay, conceptually, imagine there's a librarian and the librarian has access to all the books in the universe. And what the librarian does is goes through all the books and cuts out all the words of all the books and throws them into the air like confetti. What happens is you come in and you put in a prompt, you ask a question, and the most logical, popular words fall into place, and that is the response. I have stood in a room and got everyone to put the exact same prompt into ChatGPT, and the responses for everyone were vastly different. So it does not respond the same way each time. It's the confetti of words falling down. And it's really important that the data set, which is the books that have been used, that have been read, are accurate. And as we know, they are not always accurate and they are nuanced in different ways as well. So whatever is coming through, whatever the answer is, you need to assess whether that makes sense. And you need to sort of check it and do that human checking as well. Okay. Sweet. Just quickly there saying, it hit within 5 days. It had ChatGPT, had 1 million users. There are other LLMs out there. You could potentially have them sitting on your mobile device, etc., like this. I actively have ChatGPT, and I will use also Microsoft Copilot. Google Gemini is there, but if you use it, it stops your ability to use Google Assistant. So I'm hesitant about that one because Google Assistant currently works pretty well. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So ChatGPT for me is my new virtual assistant. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing my screens. ChatGPT is for me, it's my new virtual assistant. It sits on my desk all day. Now I'm just going to pop across. No, I won't go there. I'm not going to go to that screen that I was showing myself, but not you. I want to highlight that I am using the premium version of ChatGPT. Actually, maybe I can just pop this through here. I might be able to just do it like that there. That will there. So you just see it as a smaller screen there. I am using the premium version of ChatGPT. I'm paying for it. It's $20 US. Absolutely think it's worth it for that. But you can access it and use the free version as well. Okay, I'll pop that up there. I'm not very good at navigating all of my screens and having everything open at the same time. What I want to highlight is here as well. Oh, come up my mouse. Is that ChatGPT is a large language model, so it's very much word-based. We're accountants and we're very much number-based. But what you've got to do is think about what are the words, where do I use my words, and really emphasize and lean into that, but it still can help us with numbers. So I wanted to sort of go through lots of practical examples. This is my, as we looked at, my ChatGPT screen, and I have already put that one prompt in there. I'm going to come here and start up and create a new prompt. Okay, so I clicked on that in the top left-hand corner, and you can see it has some ones for me to play with. So you're always welcome to just jump in. Message to comfort a friend. Let's study some vocabulary. Recipe with what's in my kitchen. I can do all these sessions, and then at the end of it, people are like, what? I can get recipes out of it? Yes, you can. But I want to highlight, I use this, I do a lot of writing, and I do use it to enhance my writing, not to do my writing, to enhance my writing. So I'm going to pop this one in here, okay? Another prompt. Can you lightly copy edit this? Do not make big changes. Any changes, please share in bold, okay? And then I've just put colon there, and let's see what it's going to come back with. So I've just put a little bit of text there, and it's responded. It's put in bold the changes that it's suggesting, and I can read through that. And if I want, see down the bottom here, I could read it aloud. I can copy it and then sort of paste it wherever I need to use it. I could regenerate it. I could tell it that it's a bad response. This is using machine learning. So you do want to go back and say if it's not suitable for you. The first response, very unlikely, is going to be the one that you'll use. You may run it 3 times, but you can see running it is very, very quick. And change model. So I'm on the paid version. I'm using ChatGPT 4.0, which came out literally, I think, 8 hours ago. Prior to that, yesterday, I was using ChatGPT 4. And if you're using the free version, that would be 3.5. Okay. I'll stick on that one, see how we go. Now, I want to, I have one about the lovely Shauna Kennedy. I wonder if she's still listening in. So here is another example that you may or may not use, may or may not need. Can you write a 50-word bio for Shauna Kennedy? Focus on her strong storytelling capabilities and love of technology. So what I did is I just went into my LinkedIn profile, but what I'm doing is highlighting things that I would like to surface. And again, frequently we have to do something and add in a little bio here and there, and some of them are 50 words and some of them are 150 words. Enhanced writing using this is a really nice way to, really quick way to get what you actually need out of that. So that's fantastic. So just wanted to highlight a few of my writing options. Another place you can use it is checklists. So I came in here thinking that, assuming if you're at a CFO summit, you might be CFOs. What are some typical checklists a CFO would use? So if you are starting out and new in business, this might be something that you would kind of go through. Typical checklists, okay? So I could grab one of these here. I'll just keep using my prompts that I've got here. So there's some typical checklists. But what I'm going to do here is, can you flesh out a strategic planning checklist suitable for a CFO to use with a client? Oh, there, and it. See how there's that little drop down arrow? Okay, so now I can see what's happening there. So this is a foundation to get you started in how you're going to potentially have a conversation with a client. Hopefully that's useful. I typically cut and paste it, put it in a Word doc, and then work with it and see what's relevant, see what's repeated. But you can see that's a really good place to actually start. Do you like the looks of that? Pop in the chat area what you think. So there are other things, especially when we're in business, we're always developing sort of checklists about this, that, and the other, so we can have those firm processes in place. Can you prepare an onboarding new clients checklist for my small CFO? And again, you can develop this and update and edit it and refine it to what you need. Fabulous. Fabulous. Yep, looks helpful. Fabulous. I'm glad that you think it looks helpful. You could also do a daily task checklist, and you could talk to it and say, I need this done in my daily task, or this done, or an end of year financial checklist. So I don't want to spend too much time there. I also want to go into the sort of the next section, talking about step-by-step instructions, okay? As a CFO, you may develop standard operating procedures. You may assist people in developing that. So here's one. In fact, before I do this, let me pop over here. You can see my profile up in that top right-hand corner. I've practiced this many times, and in the last 8 hours, the whole screen, etc., changed on me. So let's see if I can get to the right place. Settings. Okay, so I went there. I then went to settings. I then go to personalization, and see here it has custom instructions. So I have entered in here, and you too can enter in here, custom instructions. So my, what would you like ChatGPT to know about yourself? For me, I just wanted to know I was Heather, because I play around with this quite a lot. But for you, you might say, I'm an accountant, I'm a BAS agent, I'm a tax agent, I'm based in Australia, and I have, this is the type of clients I work at. So it can nuance its responses in that way. How would you like ChatGPT to respond? So for me, UK English spelling. I found if I ever asked for Australian spelling, it would go, "G'day, mate," and everything was mate, 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 mate. And so I just, maybe it's improved, but as soon as I said I was Australian, or as soon as it picked up I was Australian, it was just full of crocodiles and kangaroos and mate, and it just wasn't working. It was funny, but it wasn't working for me. I tell it things to do like alphabetized lists. If I have a list, unless there is a purpose to it, an order of importance, then it needs to be alphabetized. Now, I'm fortunate, I've written a lot of books, so it's already read all of my books. This won't be the same for everyone, but for me, it's read my books. So I ask it to write in the writing tone of myself, author of Zero for Dummies. So that's my ChatGPT cheat. You can actually also use that as well, in terms of my tone is very simplified, instructional, and friendly. So that's kind of my tone there. But you might choose another author to write in the tone of, or yourself, and teach it yourself. Okay, so you can kind of get what I've got there, and you can see how you can go further and explore there. And I'm just going to cancel out of there. I just wanted to show you that before I did the next one. So that was up there under the settings. So this is, again, something that we frequently do. I'm back talking about the standard operating procedures. Can you explain to me, in the style of Heather Smith, author of Xero for Dummies, how I enter an invoice in Xero? It doesn't even need to be Xero. So my books that I've written are on Xero. It could be anything. It could be any software, and it will still pick up that tone. Look, see, it puts emojis in. I use a lot of emojis. If you connect with me, you'll see I use a lot of emojis. Okay. And one of the, see, I'm very much taught in the for dummies style. And so what I do is modularize things. So everything's quite chunky in the way I write it. Okay, so I'm going to show you something else now. Let's see. I'm going to go into something else. So this is quite fun. This is exploring the ethics of ChatGPT. So hopefully you can see my screen here. We're talking about a workflow. Jane receives a bill by email or email. Okay, so this is something very often that you would happen in your world. That would happen in your client's world. She codes the bill against the current budget. She enters and approves the bill into Xero. She prepares and authorizes the payment. How can you exploit the current workflow to commit fraud? Okay, so I've given it a workflow, a very simple workflow. How can I exploit it? So let's see what the response is here. Well, this is interesting. It's actually highlighting how to identify potential fraud risks in her current workflow. What's interesting is that frequently when I ask it that question, it's like, that is an unethical question, Heather. Back off. We're only going to respond ethically. But you can, so it hasn't this time, but it very much has that ethical bias towards it. So if I put in something, so I'm going to really challenge it now since it didn't. How can I rob a bank in Brisbane? Okay. Which of course you're not going to ask it. I'm just trying to show you the ethics is there. I can't assist with that. Okay. If you need some help with legal or ethical, feel free to ask. Okay. So I do want to highlight that it does have that ethical barometer in it, which is good. So one of the great things that ChatGPT can help you with is difficult conversations, and you can have conversations with it to actually help you with those difficult conversations. Firing clients, highlighting ethical issues, delivering bad financial use, chasing paperwork. Drives us crazy chasing things. So let me put another one here. Popping in here. I'm a CFO. Please write a professional yet gentle email reminding the client that payment is due for an invoice number 888, dated and due. Okay, and you can see a lovely, it's given me the foundation. I'm probably not going to use it all, but it's given me the foundation of those words. And what that does is helps me not worry about sort of the capacity of thinking about that and creating that myself. Okay, so I want to show you another one. I'm a CFO and I need to explain to a retail client they're running low on cash. How should I do this? This is sort of a conversation that we frequently have and that we have to have. And it's a very awkward conversation because frequently people are reluctant to hear that news. Okay, and so what has happened here is they've written out an email and that might help that conversation and help you have that conversation. But I've got something even better for you. Look at this. I'm going to show you one way to use this, but you can use it in so many different ways. Okay. I would like to have a practice conversation with you. So I want ChatGPT to role play with me. Your role is you are the retail client and you've been in business 2 years. You struggle to understand numbers. So I'm giving ChatGPT some information and believe if you work hard, it'll be all right in the long run. I am the CFO and I need to explain to you, the retail client, that you are running low on cash. Okay. Sure. So that's the CFO responding. Let's see if it's got it the right. You can start as the CFO. Hello, Jim. How is work today? I perhaps should have given you his name. Oh, it's actually flipped it. No, I am the CFO. You are the retail client called Jim. Let's see if it can pick it up. So I've had to correct it. Okay, it's starting again. Okay, so it's gone back and it's restarted. Hi, it's going all right. It's been a busy few weeks, but I'm hopeful that this hard work will pay off in the long run. What did you want to talk to me about today? I thought we could start talking about your inventory. The inventory levels seem high and are taking up a lot of cash. So again, typical type of conversation. I'm not going to do too much on this, but can you see how you actually can go through and have those difficult conversations and practice them and sort of get that sort of anxiety of dealing with those difficult conversations here. You can actually practice and go back and forth with that and that role play to actually give you or people in your office who you're training up the confidence to do that. We have some big bills coming, and I wonder, we have some big bills coming. I wonder if we'll have the cash to cover for them. Okay. So you're getting some conversation happening there. So I hope you found that interesting. Excellent. So one of the other ways that I use ChatGPT is when I get one of those really, really long emails, you should never put private information into ChatGPT. You should never put your client information into ChatGPT, but you can put generic information. So if I have a long email that doesn't have anything specific that's private or personal, or I don't want to go, because if you put it in there, the librarian is going to cut it up and throw it into the air, and all the data is going to filter down and everyone's going to have access to it. So you don't want to put it in there. But when I get a long email, I might pop it into ChatGPT and I will say, please review this email and identify what activities I actually need to reply to and give it to me in a bullet point list. So much easier than trying to sort of go through the email and figure out everything I need to reply to. And it just sort of simplifies what I need to do. So let's move out of that and shoot into marketing. Now, I know some of you, and in fact, I actually got this from Michelle Gavelio, made a post on LinkedIn. So I got this from her actually. She's organising a financial year 2025 planning workshop. So I'm organising this. How could I promote it? Oh, excellent. So it's just gone straight in and it's suggesting a list of ways for me to promote it. Lots of marketing suggestions there. Of course, I could kind of Google something like that, but sort of giving me some really targeted ones that would be relevant for me. So hopefully that's helpful. Helpful if you are doing something, you can kind of put in there, how do I get started and how do I move along on that? Now, how much longer do I have? I think it's about 15 minutes now. I want to here quickly, I'm just going to throw in here the concept that I can create things very quickly. Write 3 posts suitable for LinkedIn, Facebook, and my newsletter. So 3 nuanced areas to let them know I'm attending this summit organised by Will and I'm learning how to use ChatGPT. So this is something that you could actually do if you wanted to go out and post it on social media. And what you can see is by putting it in, it's given me different ones for different The way Facebook works is more friendly. The newsletter blurb it has to be all written, etc. The LinkedIn one has lots of hashtags in there. So I just wanted to show you how quickly that could be. Let me move up and start talking to you about spreadsheets and how we can use spreadsheets. Okay. I am going to click. See how there I had a paperclip. And I went into my wrong file, didn't I? Of course. I had everything neat on my desktop and then it went somewhere else. And here I am going to open up this file. This is some inventory. It's demo inventory. I have this data. So what I'm doing is I'm giving it some data and I'm going to upload it. It's anonymized. I'm not worried about it going up there because it will go to the librarian, but it's anonymized. And I am going to analyze it. Well, ChatGPT is going to analyze it for me. But what I'm highlighting is you can put data into a ChatGPT and it will do an analysis for you. So I'm monitoring the chat there. It doesn't look like there's any questions there for me, Shauna. So I'm just going to keep going, but jump in.
No, we're all good. I have a couple, but I'll wait till the end.
Look at that. It's gone data cleaning, descriptive stats, inventory turnover. This is a way we could analyze it. So it's given me lots of different ways to analyze it. But what I might do, okay, I'm not going to do it because I realize it takes a little while. What I could do is I could say, can you provide some graphical suggestions? And if I do ask it, it takes a little while to respond to that. So I'm not going to ask it that one. What you could also do, so these are some other things you could do with a spreadsheet. You could ask it step-by-step instructions on how to do something in a spreadsheet, or you could upload a spreadsheet, anonymized again, and ask it, how could I make this spreadsheet more efficient? So that's kind of a cool way to deal with it. Now I've got something else here. Let's see if I'm going to upload another file. I think it's this one here. This is a profit and loss. And what I'm going to do okay, I've uploaded a profit and loss. Can you analyze the attached profit and loss of a Brisbane sports shop? And look at it. It's analyzing it. It's identified key insights from it. From there, I'm in a better place. Look, see how you go. I'm in a better place to have a conversation with them. And it's done that really quickly. I would check the numbers. I would check that it's done those calculations correct, but you can see it's really moved you along to get you in a better position quickly. And you can also come in here and type in, can you forecast May's performance? Okay, so it's going to use the historical data and use that to forecast because it's good at that forecasting. It's good at using algorithms. We gave it some data and it's good at using algorithms. Okay, so other suggestions, you could use it in client meeting preparations, scheduling meetings. You could use it to prepare meeting notes and to develop agendas. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do one more one here that I think is really useful. Is I have, you have lots of documents, but this is one that is sort of a common one that we all experience, travel insurance, okay? Can you please read this travel insurance document and let me ask you questions about it? So I had a situation where, as we all do, plane is delayed, am I covered? My plane was delayed 10 hours. Can I get any comp? So rather than reading through the 57-page travel insurance document, I can pop in there and it can go through, it will read through it. And I think what actually it came out and told me, look at that, it gives you all the information, sort of summarizes what it is. and what I need to do, and I can then go in and ask it specific questions. Okay, so you can put in other sorts of documents to use that. Now, would you, I know we're running out of time, Shauna, so would you like to come on and ask me those questions while I can go through those? Or would you like me to just address them?
Sorry, I was just on mute.
It's all right.
Rookie mistake. Yeah, we can dive into a couple of the questions actually. So I've got one here from Celine. How is AI being utilized within accounting software?
So this is ChatGPT, which is a tool of AI, and a lot of the different companies are using a large language model within their solution to do various functions. So it could be used in the support function, in the help function. It could be used in the forecasting function. So when you have like Fathom is using it for forecasting and developing those forecasts. A solution like Expert, XBERT, is using it along with machine learning to analyze large data sets within MYOB or Xero or QuickBooks and to identify anomalies. So that is AI. Some of the solutions, I'm pretty sure Carbon, I'm pretty sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, pretty sure Carbon has large language models working with it, and there's chatting in there, and will assist you in crafting letters to consumers. So a lot of them say they're using it. Whether they are or not, or whether it's to a deep extent or not, is questionable. But there's definitely, where you've got those options like forecasting, where you've got the support chat body options, that's when they're using them. I don't think some of the support chat bots are very good at the moment, and they need to improve. I'll go over the next one, Shauna.
Agreed. To anonymize a document, such as an email or spreadsheet, what do you recommend is the simplest way to do that?
I would remove the person's, like I would just sort of cut and paste the basic information, that there's nothing like their business name or their personal name on it. And if it's just sort of reference without any of that information in it, and work with it that way.
Yep. Simple enough. Yep. We've got one here from Joseph. Are there any end of the day, I can't speak, statistics around getting inaccurate results? For instance, failing to identify the travel delay coverage clauses in the policy document and therefore incorrectly advising that no compensation is payable.
Did he read that in detail, did he? Well done if he did.
Eagle eyes.
There's this thing called hallucination within it that just seems to pop up randomly and gives you completely inaccurate results. And I don't know what the percentage is, and I'm hoping that it improves all the time, because it is going out there and reading the big World Wide Web. There is inaccurate data on the big World Wide Web. So it does make up stuff. So if I said, give me a list of 10 books, one of them may be completely made up, but will sound really, really real. And you can see at the very bottom of the screen, it says ChatGPT can make mistakes, check important information. So I know for that travel insurance one, which was a real case scenario, I went in and asked it multiple questions. And I then asked it, not in here, but in my real case, where could I find it in the actual document, just to take me to the direct page and then source that information. As someone who does a lot of writing, I will always go to the source, but it gets me to that source a lot quicker than 57 pages of trying to get there.
So more than solely relying on ChatGPT, it's more using it as a starting place to kind of help you then go. Yeah,
absolutely, a foundation to get me there. And almost like I'm a micro business, I sit in my office alone. It's almost like someone else in my office and we're bouncing things off each other. But whatever happens, I still have to, it's my responsibility that the source is accurate. So I still have to go, even if they say, I'm 50 out of 100, this is the response, I still have to go and see the source of that response.
No, fair enough. And then Crystal's just asking, with the travel insurance example, would you upload your actual policy
No, I uploaded the product disclosure statement, Crystal. I uploaded the product disclosure statement. Sorry if I did that too quickly. The policy, when you get travel insurance, you have the policy and then you have the product disclosure statement. And so that was the 57 pages of it. And then that didn't have any personal details in it whatsoever. And in most cases, you're just going to reference back to your own insurance, not that. Yeah.
Yep. And then Rosalind's got one. How secure is it, i.e. cybersecurity, using an accounting practice?
I don't know exactly where that's going in terms of cybersecurity. Like, I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that question for you, Rosalind. I'm telling you, don't. This is public, and it's going out into the public, and it's been used by the public. If you use, now I think Carbon has it, but I think Notion has it. They ring fence it. There's a security ring fence around them. So people are going into other solutions and having that ring fence around it and using it that way. I'm not putting any data with names on it into there. But you can see if I go Brisbane Cafe, I'm not giving it any information other than Brisbane Cafe. It's not, it's, if it comes back to me, it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah. And Heather, I had a question. I'm not sure if you covered this initially, but if I'm someone that just wants to start playing around more and more with ChatGPT, is the free version enough? Like, have you? Is it
absolutely, okay? Absolutely, yep. And it's so good. Like, I go and play with the free version. I'm paying $20 US a month. It sits on my computer all day, every day, and on my phone all day, every day, and I'm always referring to it, and it surfaces information a lot quicker. I'll give you, I had an example of another thing in personal life. We were traveling to Toowoomba, and I said, can you make me an itinerary that has stops on it suitable for a dog to go for a walk on? And it developed this complete itinerary with 3 separate stops that we could go for a dog walk on. So it's really interesting in what it can do and how it can do things. And yes, you can get that in the free version. Okay, so the difference between the free version is the data is a bit older, but it's still like amazingly fast. Okay, it's still there. It's just the access to the data is a bit older, and one of the parks was shut down because that was an older reference there. So, yeah. So, and there's another. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that question. So bear with us, everyone. We're just having a read through.
In your experience, how would the best utilization of such improvements in analysis environment for automation, business, mobile application, other software ways, and bringing that to work? I'm not exactly sure what the question would be, but I guess, again, my response to that was open it, try it, see how you can use it, see where the options are to use it, and just there's so many different ways to use it. Now, I haven't got to the end of covering everything else I wanted to get there. Do you have to include an email or sign up? Yeah, you do have to include an email to sign up just for the free version. Oh, you may be able to use the free version without signing up. You may be able to. I'm not sure now.
Yeah, I think you have to sign up now. I know I have recently, and it makes me log in each time. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm so sorry. I think we're almost at time.
Yes. I will provide you with a copy of my slide deck to give people if they so we can cover off the other things there, Shauna. Sorry it went for so long.
Fabulous.
There's so much I tried to cover off.
No, this is awesome. I've even got a few things I've jotted down during the chat that I want to try. Thank you everyone for joining us. We will be sending out the recordings and had the slide deck after this. Yeah, and I'm sorry we couldn't get to all the questions. I think there's a lot of great content here. Heather, have you got somewhere people can connect with you if they?
Yeah, I'd encourage you to. I'd encourage you just to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll pop my my LinkedIn profile, but it's Heather Smith. You can normally find me. Oh, I'll pop it in the chat area. Just connect with me there. But I'm always putting up this sort of information, and I'm always sharing it in my Accounting Apps newsletter. And I write for the CAANZ magazine, Acuity magazine. So I'm always sharing this sort of information everywhere I can. But thank you very much, Shauna, for the opportunity.
No, thank you for joining us, and thanks to everyone else for joining us as well. We've got our final sessions of the day, the fastest month-end close with Tyler Caskey, always a favorite, and the best practice guide for multi-entity groups on Xero with Mayday. You can tell I've just about had it today. I can't string a sentence together. Yeah, thank you all. We'll have the recording sent out to you by the end of the week. Have a great afternoon. Thanks again, Heather.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.